Hey Libras, welcome back to Diku Tarot and to your November 2019 reading. Alrighty guys, so we're actually going to start this off with a Halloween oracle, and then we're going to start pulling the tarot, talking more about the astrology as well. If you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe, share, and check out the other monthlies. And I do apologize for this coming out late, guys. Literally, I don't know if it's the retrograde or what, but every time I sat down to do this, something came up. And that's why we're a little bit late here, and that's okay. But let's get an oracle for you guys. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Do be sure to check out your Rising monthly as well as your Moon and your Venus. They might resonate better or have messages that are really important that you hear or might help you out this month in ways that you didn't expect. So just check them out. I also do daily, so check those out as well every day. Those are fun and short. Let's see, though, what your energy is this month. And, we have Scorpio retrograding in Mercury, or Mercury retrograding in Scorpio, see? Mercury retrograde makes me speak a little bit backwards, so I apologize. But Mercury's retrograding in Scorpio up until the 20th, I believe. And that's in your second house of money and belongings. So expect to lose some things, to also be very focused on insecurities in terms of money, loss of money. Don't spend frivolously throughout Mercury retrograde, especially, if you are feeling kind of like whatever with money and like it's fine. You might find by the end of it that you've either spent too much or that you didn't need to buy something. I don't know, it just feels like there could be some poor decisions made about what we spend our money on during the retrograde. I do feel some tension, but we're going to pick up on that after I pull a oracle here, and then we're going to get into the tarot. Libra. Why is nothing popping out for you? Can we please just get one? Okay, thank you. Jeez. Okay, winter, the sacredness of pausing. Beautiful message. And I feel, especially you guys, especially after your season, you've been running around a lot. You might be a bit tired this season, wanting to just kind of stay in and not go out so much, not do so much. So, winter, the sacredness of pausing. What is wrong with me? In winter, the earth slows down and there is less light and often more wet weather. Many plants die back, many animals are less active, and traditionally it was a leaner, more difficult time for those who worked on the land for their living. Winter often brought with it the end of a life cycle, a figurative or literal death. Should the winter card appear to you, it's time to let what no longer serves you die away. Where it seems natural and right to let things that have been bothering you for some time die back, take real action to change those things. Anything that is superfluous, extra, and burdensome, release it. So, I think a lot of that has to do with what we put our money and time and energy into. If people are asking a lot of us, let's go do this, let's go do that, it might be time to kind of die back and start saying no sometimes. Because I don't want to, put Libras into that box of, being a people pleaser, but you guys are not really one to turn things down. I kind of feel like you guys have a little bit of the case of the FOMOs, fear of missing out. And that's okay. But just realize when maybe your bank account would like to, maybe take a day off. Pay attention to that. So let's see here. Let's see what your general energy is. The general energy for you guys this month is. For Libras, can we please just get one card? And not in the middle of the deck so I can't find it. It's like now there's a card that's upright somewhere in the middle of this deck. All right, let's see, Libras. What is your general energy this month, general, for November? And again, it feels like we're getting a lot of, as I was about to bring it up, there it goes. Ace of Pentacles reverse. We're feeling a lack of foundation with money right now. A lack of financial foundation in terms of you know, you might be like, I want to buy a new car. I want to buy a new bed. I want to move. I want to, you know, get a better apartment, a better home. I want to level up in some way. You just don't have the funds for it right now. Financially, it feels like we're having a bit of a lack. We're not receiving in the way that we should have been, or, you know, maybe we spent too much recently. Let's see. Or it could just be that, you know, you feel that the work that you put in is not equal to our pay. So let's see. I'm going to look a little bit at what's behind you this month, just to see where you guys are at. Ooh, what came right out is 9 of Cups. Interesting. I like this. It was like, ching, just came right out. So, 7 of... Oh, I kind of picked up on this, but here are the cards to solidify it, huh? Okay. Some of you guys made some foolish investments or decisions here. Remember when we were talking about the bad decisions about money, belongings? You might have lent something to somebody or bought something, put money down on something that you didn't... I don't know. It's almost like some of you guys might have just signed up for a subscription that you didn't realize, or, you know, forgot to cancel it before they started charging you. For some of you, it could be that you break something important, but it just feels like, you know, 9 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Wow, this seems amazing. It's wonderful. But the 7 of Swords right behind it is like, I mean, I'm trying to, yeah. This is how, it's hard to see it because this is first, this one's second, but I know it kind of reverses it on the camera here. But 7 of Swords, there's always something sneaky there. So there's a bit of a sneaky fox. Again, a snake oil salesman seems very present here. Like somebody's selling you something that is not what you thought it was. Because you like pop out and you're like, wow, that seems amazing, perfect, wonderful. Do not, what I'm getting right now, for some reason, do not sign up for any of those timeshare vacation things right now. Don't know why. If some of you guys were considering it, please just don't do that this month. I'm going to just tell you right now, you're going to see... it's going to come out as foolish, and you're going to feel like an idiot about it, honestly. And that's no good. 7 of Swords, the Sun, and then the Fool reverse. That is feeling foolish about a decision that we did without really thinking about it. Saying something without thinking about it. But this feels more like a monetary thing, an investment thing. So just be careful of that. You might be regretting some things that you purchased earlier on in the month or earlier on in the year even. But it feels more like recent, like early on in the month. Like you see something, you're like, wow, that might be a little bit expensive, but I'm going to get it. And then you realize after you get it that it sucks and you can't return it. And there's no going back there. So there is a bit of a financial loss, it feels, or realizing that, oh my God, a decision that I thought was great was actually very foolish and very poorly timed. It kind of feels like it might block, you know, something in the future. It is almost holiday season. I want to let you guys know especially, don't get obsessed with buying people things and spending a lot of money, Libras. You guys love, you know, you and Virgos, I find, really like gift giving and all that stuff. And you like to, you know, kind of spend a little bit big. Don't worry about it as much. It's like, it doesn't make the holiday any better or any less, it, you know, depending on how much you spend. So just watch on that. I feel like for some of you, that's what this, you know, purchase might have been. And then you realize, oh my God, I think I got the wrong thing and I can't return it. Or something crazy happens here. So let's see. Let's see where we're going now. Where we're headed. Around that Taurus full moon. Because that's what we're right up against right now. 2 of Swords reverse. This has been a card, 2 of Swords upright and reverse, of Scorpio season. Decisions that needed to be dealt with. You know, a lot of people, I've been, you know, doing readings for a lot of people this month, and it's been all about being at crossroads. What do I do? Where do I go from here? How do I move forward? Which choice is best for me? And we have some choices here. But it does feel like when the 2 of Swords is reversed that you are coming to the grips of a decision. It might be, ooh, Judgment, Ace of Wands. Like it. I like that. I like that. We're going to have something, yeah, this decision was something you couldn't decide about before, but it's coming back and you really want it right now. And I have to say, it just, I don't know, I'm just getting this sense of that money situation, or, you know, whatever it is, that annoying thing that we're going to feel stupid about that's coming out in the, you know, earlier on in the month, or that already did happen. you are going to be a little bit frustrated about it because you want to move forward with this right now. And you're going to be really excited about this new opportunity, this new energy, whatever this great new beginning here is. Because Ace of Wands is always new energy coming in, a new direction, a new passion, a new project, something new for us. And I'm going to look at what that is. It feels like it could be... I don't know. Let me sidebar this and just say it feels like whatever's coming out here, whatever came out around 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, somewhere around then, it feels like it's going to be bringing up some type of past situation that you're gonna like. It's almost like you get that last piece of the puzzle. It's almost like, you know, you put that to the side because you're like, I can't find this last piece, whatever. I'm never gonna find it right now. I'm not gonna understand this at the current situation. So you kind of put it aside, and now it feels like something comes back and you get it. You understand it. You get that last piece. That last bit of understanding that you needed to move forward here. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. It's like, this feels very complete. Yeah, again, like we got a set of 4 now. You had a set of 3, now you have a set of 4. You understand something. I want to look at what this has to do with, and we're going to look at that actually with the Aquarian Tarot. I don't know. What an interesting reading here. It's like, it was like you were going one way, and you know, you're focusing on this one thing, and then all of a sudden, like, it was like I literally said sidebar. And it just feels like that. Like there's like a sidebar in this month for you to like deal with something else. To put together a puzzle from the past. And I mean, Mercury retrograde tends to bring up things like that. This is like, you know, finding out something that you didn't know. About what though? Get one card, please. One more. We're gonna have to take them all. They're too significant. Okay. Wow. Okay. So this is a situation that has been... It feels like what you want versus what somebody else wants. So maybe it's like a partner situation where you might be realizing, you know, oh, like maybe even like pushing for, it doesn't even need to be like a relationship, but I just get that because the Knight of Cups is here and we get the Empress and the King of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like, especially if you're a female Libra, you might be understanding why something hasn't played out the way you've wanted to yet in a relationship. And I'm not saying like marriage or something, but you know, maybe it's something even bigger, like life path stuff. And like, I want to, I don't know, for just like a random example, I want to move to England, and your partner's like, yeah, I totally want to too. And then it just doesn't happen, and it doesn't happen, and it doesn't happen. And you're kind of like, all right, whatever, I guess it's just not going to happen right now, but I still want this. And it's like, I don't know, if you bring this up again this month, or something gets brought up again, whatever. And I'm not just saying the moving to England thing. It could be anything. I'm just using it as an example. And this feels like a very relationship specific thing, but it doesn't have to be. It could be within a group of friends or within a job even for some of you, in terms of, you know, I want to be at this level, or I want to be working here, and it could be a different location, or I don't know, I'm getting location stuff, but I just am. Empress, home. It feels like something about home. You've kind of had it up to here about why something hasn't progressed in your home life. And you're kind of, and you are finding out about why something hasn't been able to ground itself in reality. Something you've been trying to manifest, trying to bring about. Something that you really, really want for your own comfort and happiness and stability. And you're finding out this month why this hasn't happened. You know, what has been blocking it, why this has been going on. And you're also going to, it feels like, air your frustrations about it a little bit. You've been really frustrated with a situation. Again, it feels like home. I saw the Four of Wands in both decks behind some of the cards, but I didn't take it. I just knew that there was something going around home there. But with that Four of Pentacles, that Empress card, it just feels like about home, and you're just kind of like, I'm ready to say something about this. I'm ready to do something about it because this is what I want, and the way that this other person or this situation is reacting to it is kind of like, oh, okay, well, I didn't know you felt that way. I didn't know you were kind of BSing me there and stream. It just feels like you're getting frustrated because you might realize you've been a little bit strung along. Yeah. And been carrying this by yourself. Been oppressed by this feeling by yourself. And now you kind of don't know what to do with it. Ten of Rods. You don't want to be carrying it on your own. The world. And saying, you know, we need to drop those 10 rods and do something about it. The world is always an opening of a new chapter here. It's also closing out. Endings, beginnings, all that fun stuff. But the world shows that we are in the flux of a huge change here. And if what we really want is the world, and for some of you, again, this is literally moving across the world, opening yourself to a new world of possibilities, a new life. And you're going to have to be really honest with yourself in terms of what you're willing to do to get there and what you're willing to give up. Big messages, and the sun just like kind of went in there. Now I look really yellow, but and for some of you, that realization, not some of you, whoever this realization is for, it's a Tower moment. You have to be willing to end what was, because whatever you've been building on hasn't been stable. It hasn't been what you've truly wanted. And I think some of you guys, it's really hard to ignore that. Scorpio season makes it really, really hard to ignore what doesn't sit with us emotionally, what isn't. It's like it's almost like, what's it called? I'm trying to find the word for it. Like if you were to drop a stone in water and not expect ripples, they're going to be there. So as soon as you feel something, realize it, and it just sinks deeper and deeper, especially if it's a big one, it's going to continue to ripple out, and you're going to feel it no matter how much you don't want to, not only in the pit of your stomach, but even once, you know, it's still sitting there, the ripples are there, and they're still going to hit you, and you're going to feel those emotional ripples coming up to the surface no matter how much you don't want them to. Especially, I think it has to do with a lot of home and money situation for you. You're not happy with your situation for a lot of you, and it just has been very oppressive, and you're just realizing, you know, I want something more, and I'm not willing to put up with where I've been. I want to do something different. I want a different type of life, and I don't know why you guys are feeling so like explosive about it. I don't know why. I just almost like, I just get a sense of really intense frustration and anger, and it's like, ooh. Careful how you speak to people though with this. Ace of Rods and the Three of Swords come out. Because the other person isn't going to see where you're coming from. You have to remember that with Mercury retrograde. If you want to have this conversation, I would recommend after the 20th, especially maybe even around that 24th, because we do have Venus meeting Jupiter, Mars opposing Uranus and Taurus, and it's a lot of good news, but possible arguments, maybe again breakups. So you have to be, if you want to have this conversation, and this feels like I'm getting into the love territory here, about what you want out of, it's like almost like what you want out of career and life, and you're like, I think what I want is different from what you want. Can we make this work? This is what I want. What do you want? Where does this go from here? It's almost like, I think I bring this up sometimes, a relationship check-in, but like you guys are like really ready to check in because you're like, I have something I gotta say. I need to bring this up, and I want this, and I want that, and you know, I want this kind of life. Are you there? And you guys being ruled by Venus, I get that. Taurus Venus here, Taurus Sun, but I get it. It's like, you need it. You need to feel comfortable at home. You want to feel safe, secure. You want to feel happy there. It needs to be a specific way. You guys, again, Venus rule planet's very specific about what they want in terms of the life that they surround themselves with. And this feels like there's an issue there, and you're not happy with it. You're not happy. You feel like maybe the other person is taking more, you know, putting themselves on into the important, English, Helen, English. It feels like you're getting pushed to the side if your partner is making a lot of decisions right now, or you've been kind of being like, okay, I'll do this for you, or okay, I'll do this for you, and just again and again, or, you know, this is what you need, I'm there for it. But it's like this month you kind of are like, okay, but like, what about me? What about me? What about me? And then you guys kind of just can't let that go. You can't let it go. Again, like once you've dropped that rock, and the ripples will continue to be felt. You can't just ignore that rock anymore. It's there. Ace of Rods, though, Three of Swords. Again, be careful how you speak. Be careful of what this new path could mean for you. I'm not saying, you know, don't make that decision, because if you need to, it's for your happiness. It's for your own well-being here. And I don't think you could ignore it this month. We get 2 aces of rods, so it's a new direction forward. This is what I want. This is what I'm saying I want. And this is what I'm going to start putting out into the universe. Let's see. And for some of you, again, yeah, this is about breakups in relationships, because, you know, maybe the relationship has stopped serving you and the relationship has stopped serving them, and it's time to let it go. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but it's also, you know, if you want to make it work, you're going to have to, you know, be able to say, this is what I need. What does that mean to you? And what are you willing to compromise? You know, how can we make this work so that I can get where I want to be and where I would feel happiest, and you can too? It's difficult conversations, and that's why I say maybe wait until Mercury isn't retrograde. But yeah. And then on the 28th, it looks like Venus is connecting with Uranus. Uranus and Taurus, and there's a lot of risks, experimentation, escaping long-held patterns, and that's really what this all feels like. It's coming to a culmination at the end of the month in terms of, you know, realizing how, you know, what you want and how it makes you feel and what you're willing to do to get there. 6 of Pentacles, maybe, again, this has a lot to do with the balance of a relationship, balance of work and money. What am I putting in more than what I'm getting? In either sense, in either place there, work or money. And these are what's really going to be important to you this month. So let's get a couple cards of advice, and then we're going to go on to pull some oracles, because I feel like love has been touched upon. I feel like love is intermingled throughout this, so I don't really want to pull any love-specific cards. Justice. Remember who you are. Remember your truth. You are justice. You have to speak your truth. You have to feel right. You have to, you know, again, there's a justness to justice there, but there is a need to find balance and to hear and see both sides of it. You've seen the other side, and now it's time for you to speak your piece, is what I'm getting. It's time for you to show your side. You know, I've, you know, sacrificed this much for you. What have you sacrificed for me? What can you give back to me after what I have given? And it really feels like you guys are like saying that. You guys are kind of standing up here and being like, no, I see this for what it is now. I've gone deep. I've felt it. I've seen it. I've been thinking about it. And now I know. And so what are we going to do from here? This is where I stand. Ooh, the sun. Yeah, literally, guys, we need to speak our truth. The sun is literally once you turn on the lights, you know, the darkness is all gone. You can't, the shadows are there. You know, you can't, I'm Englishing how, oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. I'm having a hard time with this one right now. The sun for me is when you turn on the light and suddenly the shadows don't seem so dark. You can't, but yeah, you can see what they really are, and you can't really unsee that after that. You can't pretend it's one thing or the other. We can't pretend we're satisfied when we're not. We can't pretend we're happy when we're not. We can't pretend something is working for us if it really isn't, or something is our truth. If something is our truth, we're going to be speaking it, basically. I don't know why I had such a hard time saying that, but I did. And then we get the artist. You want to, you know, you see a vision here of what you want your life to look like. Start manifesting, start creating. This is one of the only cards that the creator of the deck, Matt Hughes, actually makes, which also, go follow him on Instagram. I love his decks. He has a couple other decks which are just incredible. Oh my God. But, the artist is about what is your vision and how can you bring it to life? How are you going to paint this? How are you going to paint where life goes from here? Oh my God. See, Scylla agrees, but she agrees in a terrifying way, apparently. She scared me. Jesus. So for some of you, it might be a moment where you realize it like that. Like, oh my God, I get it. I don't know. Let's pull a couple of romance angel cards here. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. We get new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. I am sorry. Mercury retrograde, whenever it hits, these dogs, like, they just start talking. Or barking. Yelling is the right word. Yelling. So let's see. New love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. So for some of you, this is new love and needing to end past cycles. Oh, hold on. Okay, hopefully everybody will be quiet now. Okay, let's see. New love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Maybe that's what it is. Some of you guys have fallen in love with somebody new, or for some of you, it's wanting to reignite love again and wanting to feel that passion again. And what you think will bring that back is, you know, a new path forward, maybe moving, going on a vacation, something new, finding a new way to communicate. But it's saying to work on your partnership here. If you want to bring that love in, that feeling of new love again, you know, we have to work on the partnership. We have to put effort in there, communicate, really talk about what we need going forward, what we're looking for, and what's going to bring us happiness and fulfillment. And what, you know, again, making sure things are balanced. This is a great month in terms of diving deep and seeing what's not right and what can be brought back into balance here. This is beautiful. Let's pull an oracle here. Finish it out, and we get Barmbrack, sweetness and synergy. Love it. Let's see. Too many cards out right now. So, Barmbrack. When you pull the Barmbrack card, it indicates a curiosity to know what is ahead, but it's important to balance that with the now. After all, we have the tools to change our future should we choose. The sweet synergy of Barmbrack, all the ingredients, including the objects, are more complete and powerful together than they are individually, should encourage you to seek your own sweet spot. Yeah, and it's, you know, finding new ways to get to where you want to go here. New ways to bring about the future that you want. And also, it feels like a lot of you guys are reevaluating where it is you want to be going and what it is you want to be doing. Maybe you are getting rid of outdated goals. This is a great month to do so. Really review, you know, what you've been working towards, and if it fits, you know, what you really see yourself in terms of a future now, especially in terms of money, career, stability, home life, relationships. Like, those are the focuses this month for you guys. So be strong and remember who you are, remember your truth, and to never sacrifice your truth here. You know what it is, you know it will bring you happiness. How will you weave your fate? 3 most important cards here. All right, so thank you guys so much. Wishing you nothing but the best for the rest of the month, guys. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to share. And if you haven't, go check me out over on Instagram. Check out the daily polls and stuff over there. And if you want to book a private reading, as per usual, guys, all that information is always right below this video in the description box. Check out my Libra and Sisters new film. I'll put that in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for all of your support. Have a wonderful and blessed November. Namaste.